This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about enhanced list view control, and we have discussed what exactly the enhanced list view and how can we see the records available inside the object which we have created in the past, and what are the various customizations or the filters that we can apply in enhanced list view control, and how to add our own list view options or filters we have discussed practically. And we have discussed how to customize the recent records section to represent the required fields to be visible in the table we have discussed. And we have discussed about object IDs. What are the various Salesforce objects that we have, and what is the unique identification ID generated or allocated by Salesforce for each standard object by default. We have discussed in the previous session, and how to see the ID of an object from the URL we have discussed. And I have given 5 assignments to you yesterday on list view options. I hope all of you have done with these 5 assignments. Anybody has done?
Yes, sir. We're done.
Could you please raise a hand how many people has done?
Yes, sir. I'm done.
Yes, sir.
How do we
Yes, sir.
represent this
I am done.
contact number?
Now,
Yes, sir.
what about the
We are
remaining
done.
people?
Yes, sir.
So what is the difficulty in this one? So many people are not yet done.
Firoz, I have a question. While creating a list view, we have this option called assign using active assignment rule.
That is not required. That checkbox is not mandatory.
I mean, what does that checkbox mean?
Now the people later will see. Assignment rules are separate. That is a different topic. Now,
Firoz,
so many people are not yet done. Why? So most of the people are staying in hostels, right? Completely free, right? After these 2 hours of session, you are having free time. Don't say I don't have internet access. Okay? Now, every hostel is offering Wi-Fi connections nowadays. People are busy with mobiles.
Today I am joined, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Will you complete by at least today? Yes or no?
Hello,
So
sir.
tomorrow randomly I will pick up 1 or 2 persons, and then they have to open their account over here. I will check whether they have done with that or not. Okay? I don't know, randomly will pick up the people. Okay? So try to complete by at least today. Okay, please sit in the lab. We have a lab facility over there. If you're feeling difficulty to complete these requirements, just come to the lab, sit in the lab. If you're facing any difficulty, other people will help you out. So my suggestion is, most of the people are from non-technical, which I can understand that.
Sir, last question.
So maybe you might be facing some difficulty. So now, better to come to the lab, for some time, initial days. For initial some 10 to 15 days, come to the lab, do the practice from here. Because whenever you are working on Salesforce newly, if you are new to Salesforce, in the initial days, you might be facing some difficulty also to understand the functionality. So at that time, other people will help you out. So that once you feel comfortable after 15 days, then you can do the practice from your home also, no problem. Okay. For the initial days, come to the lab at least. Okay. Sit in the lab. If you're having the laptop, bring the laptop. Okay. They will give the Wi-Fi password, and then you can do the practice from here itself. Okay. Because if you're doing the practice in your home, if you have stuck up anywhere else, then nobody will help you out. That is a problem. Okay. So that better to come to the lab for initial for some time. Okay. Some 10 to 15 days. Okay. Why? Because is what I'm suggesting is, so if you are coming to the lab, so many other people are also available. The people are working on some different features. You will be getting some idea on the various new features also. The people are discussing about some interviews also. The people are discussing about their interview experience also, the questions what they have faced in the interview, so that we can improve our knowledge also. We can get some new contacts also. We can get some other people's information, so that if we need any help, we can contact those senior members as well. We can get their interview experience, and we can get some information what kind of questions they're asking in the interview point of view, and then how can we go through those interview questions. If you have any query, then you can ask me in the class also. Okay. Now that's what here. Better to do the practice from the lab initially for some days, some 10 to 15 days. After that, you can do the practice from anywhere. Okay. These first 15 days are very important. Okay.
Sir, can you show the
Excuse me,
41?
sir.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry. Firoz,
Yes. Yes.
Firoz,
Sir,
if
the
we
lab facility is for the students who are available in Hyderabad, but I'm joining online. So,
I will do one thing. I will be creating a. We will be creating a WhatsApp group also. Okay. By end of this week, so I will share that WhatsApp group link as well.
thank you, sir.
Sir, can you do the fourth one once it's practically, sir?
Now, let's see here. So now somebody asking about that fourth requirement here. Okay.
yes, the
So now they're
same
facing some difficulty with that fourth requirement. Now let me show you how can we implement this. Let me show you one requirement, the fourth one over here, so that we can work on the remaining also similar fashion. So now the requirement is configure a list view option for account object to represent all the account records whose industry is energy, which are in active status, and whose rating value is warm. Okay, now let's see how can we implement this functionality and how can we test it. Okay, now let me show you with the practical here. So now tell me here. Okay, now give me your approach now. Whenever you are getting any requirement here, whenever you are getting any requirement in the initial days in the real-time implementations, once you join the company as a fresher also, as a experience also, by adding some experience on Salesforce, in the initial days, everything will be looking like as new. We know that. Okay, now, so at that time, whenever if the technical lead or the client or the project manager is assigning some requirement to you, then read the requirement 3 times minimum. Okay, in the initial days, read the requirement 3 times. When you read the requirement first time, you can't understand anything. Everything will be looking like as it's like as a rocket science. The people can't understand anything. When you read the requirement second time, you can understand some little bit information, not 100%. When you read the requirement third time, you will be getting the complete idea of that. So what they have given, what they're expecting, you will be getting the complete clarity here. So that read the requirement 3 times in the initial days, so that you can get the complete information of the requirement. How to implement that code will take care of later. Now, so what they have given, what they're expecting, that is most important. Understanding the requirement is very important in the real time. Okay, now suppose even though if you want to take the help of other people, they will ask you what is the requirement, then we should be able to explain, right? This is what they have given, this is what they're expecting, then how to implement, then they will be giving some ideas, they will be giving some suggestions to you. Okay, now for that reason we should be able to understand the requirement first. Now let's see here. Now tell me here, as part of this requirement, now tell me your, okay, idea? What is your understanding on this part? On what object we need to create this list to be option?
Account.
On what
Account.
object?
Count object.
Account object. Okay, account object. Now, whenever we are representing the records inside my list view control, then I would like to create a list view option on account object. Now, what kind of filter conditions we need to apply? How many filters we need to apply here? Three filters. What are those?
Filters.
First one, industry should be equals
Industry
to
is equals to
energy.
energy.
Second one,
Active
status
status should be
should
Status is
be
equals to
active status
active.
should be yes, and then rating should
Rating
be
is equals to
warm.
warm.
Right, exactly. Simple. Now, split the requirement to the small pieces. Then we can understand very easily. Okay. Now, the first one, industry should be equals to energy. Second one, active status equals to yes. Third one, rating equals to warm. That's done. Over. Okay, this is what our understanding. That means we need to create a list view option on my account object, so which will list out all the account records whose industry is equals to energy and active status is equals to yes and rating equals to warm. So these three conditions should be matched. These three conditions should be satisfied. Okay, now let's see how can we do this one here. So now let me create a list view option on my account object. Now let me quickly jump into my Salesforce org. I'm going to my Salesforce org now. So now tell me on what object we need to create this list view option now? Account object. So click on accounts tab. Click on accounts tab. Now go to the enhanced list view control. To create a new list view, we have to create that use option, create new view option. Okay, now click on create new view. Now let's specify the list view name. You can give any name, no problem, whatever you want here. But better to give some meaningful name. Okay, based on that list view name only, we can understand what exactly it will do, what kind of matching data it will represent here. Now, so I would like to indicate energy industry active accounts. Okay, I'm giving the name as energy industry active account. That means here whatever the account records are available which are in active status, which are associated with energy industry, I would like to fetch. Unique name will be preparing by Salesforce. Now I'm selecting this, all the records to be get considered. Upon applying these filters, not only the records which I have created, whatever the records that we have inside my Salesforce account object, which has been created by the various users, please consider all those records in order to apply the filter. Now add the conditions. You know how to add the conditions one by one. Just we can able to add the conditions here. The first one, industry should be equals to energy. If you know the industry name, directly we can type it in the text box, no problem. If you don't know that here, okay, just you can select it from that. You can look up icon. Second one, active status. Now select that filter, active status. Now, active status value will be equals to yes. We have two options, yes and no. Now currently the customer will be in active status. Third one, rating field. Rating value should be equals to warm. That's it. Select that warm, click on insert selected. And then decide what fields you would like to show inside this table. Upon representing this matching data, what fields you would like to show inside the table, just you can select those columns over here. Now I don't want these columns, I'm removing these columns now. I will decide, okay, based on my need, based on my client requirement, I will select those columns. I would like to show this a name. I want to show the rating field. I want to show the industry and the annual revenue. I want to show the phone field. I want to show the fax field. I want to show the customer priority. I want to show the active status field. These are the fields I would like to represent. Along with that, if you want to show some more, then you can show that as well. Like for example, if you want to show the billing city, then you can show that billing city also over here. Depends upon the requirement. Whatever the fields, okay, the customer has given to you, just you can specify. Now, whatever the pick list that we are preparing right now, that means list view option, to whom this option has to be get visible. I want to make it visible to all the users inside my organization. Not just you can select visible to all. Clear up to this one? Feeling comfortable or any questions? No, right? Now, simple concepts over here. Topics are very, very easy topics here. Just you can try to understand the functionality. Maybe in the initial days, you may be facing some difficulty because most of the people are from non-technical background here. So now if you didn't understand the topic initially, then let me know. I will explain that concept one more time also. Okay? Because this is the right time to utilize. Okay, you are not learning on free. You are paying the money here. Try to utilize the resources. Okay? Now.
Mr. Feroz, the assignment number 5 for the contact object, the contact records having contact number. I could not really find the contact record with the contact number.
Now let's see. In this case here, whatever the conditions I have applied, whenever I'm selecting this filter, it is showing empty. Why?
Because the
There
condition
is
is
no matching records. There is
Yeah.
no matching records are available. Whatever the 3 conditions that have specified, with the 3 conditions, there is no matching records are available. Now in this case, how can we test whether my feature is working properly or not?
we can
Then,
create new
in this
records.
case, what we can do, create one account record, okay, which meets the specified condition. Or else, if you're feeling difficulty to create the record, if you don't have the patience, okay, to create the record, just you can go to the existing record, modify the record values. You know how to modify the record. Modify the record and give exact values in the fields which meets my conditions. Then you can select the filter. It should show that record here. Okay. Now, so because we know that people may not be having much patience in the initial days. Okay, because whenever they're facing some issue, then initially they will try to fix that. Still, it will show the error message here. They will try to fix the issue again second time. Third time it is showing the issue, simply they will shut down the system, they will go outside. Because this is the people's mentality here. Now, so that just you can sit for some time patiently, just you can check that do we have any matching records available or now. So let me go to my records over here. Select the records, all accounts. From this records, open any of the record, whatever you want, and modify the record values. Click on edit button. So now what is the rating value you would like to set now?
Industry.
Warm. Okay, rating value, I'm setting it as warm. Industry,
Energy.
energy. Active status, yes, it is already having that. Okay. Now this record is meeting all the 3 conditions. Industry is energy, rating is warm, and the active status, yes. Now click on save button. That means there is a matching record we have prepared. Now let's go to that list view option or filter here. Now select that energy industry active accounts. Will that record is visible or not? If it is visible, then my filter is working perfectly here. Now just you can select that. Now the record is getting visible here. Okay, this is how we have to do the testing, because not only building the feature as a developer, it is our responsibility. We have to do the unit testing. Unit testing means a unit in the sense a small piece of code, a small condition also, a big business logic also, whatever we have prepared. It may be a small logic also, a simple condition also, it may be very lengthy logic also which we have prepared. Every logic, every condition we have to test. That is our responsibility as a developer. So we have to develop that feature and we have to do the unit testing also. Unit testing is also one of the developer's responsibility here. Okay. Now, So in this case here we have prepared one matching record. Now it is showing this record also over here. Suppose for example, for this record, if I'm changing this rating value to heart, then will the record should be visible now?
No.
No, it should not be visible because one condition is not matching over here. One condition is failed, so record should not be visible here. Now let's go to that. Select that option, record is not visible here. Okay, so we have to do the unit testing also as part of this application requirement. Clear? Next.
Assignment number 5.
The fifth one.
Fifth one. Okay, now let me tell you. Now let's see. So let's read the requirement first. What exactly it is, and then tell me what is your understanding now.
We have to create object on contact. So which
Now
are
create a list view option on contact object to represent all the contact records which are having contact number and which doesn't have email ID. Okay, now that means what? I want to represent all the contact records available inside my contact object which are having phone number which doesn't have email ID here. Now, I want to list out all this contact information so that I can inform to all these contact people, boss, please update your email ID in our database so that whenever we are introducing some new facilities, we will keep on update you through email notifications. Because you have given your phone number, but you did not given any email IDs. Why? Because every time if I'm introducing some new benefits, new discounts, new products, new services, we can't inform you over the phone. Because giving that phone call to every customer is very, very difficult. We are having some millions of customers, lakhs of customers or crores of customers are available. Giving the call to each and every customer is very, very difficult. So we are going to be using an alternative channel to communicate with the people through email notification. We can send the bulk emails to the group of people at a time here. Now, so that please update your email ID in our database. Now, so that here I would like to find out what are the various contact people are available who has given their contact number and who did not mention their email IDs. Okay, now let's see. So now tell me here, what is that object name now? And what
Contact.
object we need to create this filter? Contact object, right? And then specify the filter conditions.
Contact records.
So now which are having contact number. That means what? Contact number. That means phone number value. Phone number value is having that. They have given the phone number. That means phone number not equals to empty. That means phone number is available here. Clear? Now, so that we can specify inside the contact phone number value not equals to null. And the second one what? And which doesn't have email ID. That means email ID is not available. That means it is null. That means empty.
Email ID is equals to empty.
Email equals to null. That's it. Two conditions. Okay. That's it. These are the two conditions here. So now here, whenever we are going to be using this null condition, what needs to be done? Do we need to type anything in the text box? No, just you can leave it as blank. That's it. Upon preparing this condition, okay, whenever you are comparing with that phone number field or email ID field, just you can specify the phone number value is equals to or not equals to. Okay, just you can leave this text box as empty. Don't write any condition, any value like as null, empty, space. Don't give anything. Just leave it as blank. It will consider as null. Okay, will you do this one now? So try to complete the remaining three also. Okay, now. By tomorrow, everybody has to complete this. Now.
Yeah, Firoz, we can give any number in the value. I mean, phone number equals to any number. That case also it will pull the number.
Yes, right. Only that matching, okay, contact numbers it will fetch contact data.
Okay, this is the right way which you gave it.
Right.
Not equals to.
Right.
And there is an option called visible to all users. I mean, this I didn't understand, Firoz. I mean, if I am doing
because when coming to this organization, not only right now we are having only one user. If you're having some more users are also available in the organization, we can make this option to be visible to other users also. Okay. Now let's see. Let's continue with our features now. So yesterday we have discussed about object ID or schema ID or object key prefix. Okay. Now, so we have discussed that for every object, Salesforce is allocating a unique identification number called as object ID or schema ID, which is a 3 characters alphanumerical number generated by Salesforce. Now, these 3 characters alphanumerical numbers are common for every organization. In my Salesforce organization, all of you having your own Salesforce accounts over here. In every Salesforce organization, standard object IDs are common. These are fixed because these are ready-made objects given by Salesforce. These standard object IDs are common to all the users, all the organizations also. Suppose in future, if I am creating my own custom object, that means my own custom table according to my business requirement. At that time, for that custom object, Salesforce is generating a different ID for that object. It will generate a different ID for that object. Okay, now. So now in this case, standard object IDs are common to all the organizations. And then we have discussed about various object IDs over here yesterday. Now, so we have identified so many objects here, standard objects. For the account object, we have an ID 001, lead 00Q, and the campaign 701, user 005, case 500, user 005, opportunity 006. Like that here, we are having these IDs for each and every object here. Now, here you can raise the question, sir, upon using these objects, do we need to remember these object IDs? Yes. Not all the object IDs, whatever the objects that we keep on interacting as part of our daily business activities, those objects IDs we can remember. Few objects we are interacting on every daily business activities. So just you can remember those object IDs. Now, here you can raise a question, sir, what is the benefit of remembering this object IDs? Why do we need to remember that? Here we have 2 benefits are available. Upon remembering this object IDs, we have 2 benefits are available. Let me explain both the benefits also here one by one. Okay? Benefits. First one. The first benefit is by using this object ID, we can switch or we can jump from one object to another object directly by placing the object ID inside the URL. By placing the object ID inside the URL, we can switch or we can jump from one object to another object directly over here. That option is available here. How to do that? Now, let me show you. Now, let's see. For example, assume that right now I'm in campaign object here. I'm using a normal desktop system, not a laptop. I'm using a normal desktop machine over here. So currently I'm accessing the campaign object records right now. Now I want to go to account object. What we can do generally, use the mouse pointer, click on accounts tab here. So account records we can see. But when we try to use my mouse, suddenly my mouse is not working. I don't know why. There is an issue is available in the mouse, so suddenly my mouse is not working. Then how can we go to my account object here? In this case, just we can go to that, okay, use the keyboard. By using that keyboard, just we can able to go to that tab bar, okay, that means go to the URL here. By using a tab button inside the keyboard, we can switch back to that URL here. Now inside this URL, just you can remove this object ID. Make the URL up to salesforce.com as it is // also. Inside the URL, place that salesforce.com URL as it is here. Now after salesforce.com / give your object ID. To which object you would like to jump now? Account object. What is the idea of account object now? 001. Just you can specify 001, press enter here. Directly we can jump into that account object over here. Now, I would like to go to that. Okay, I would like to go to that. Now, I want to go to this another object here. Now I would like to go to case object. What we can do, just we can able to specify 500. Press enter, directly we can jump into that, okay, case object here. Now, next one. I want to jump into that campaign object. What is that ID now? 701 here. Now, next, I want to go to this object ID that is called as lead. What is the lead object ID? 00Q. I'm giving 00 small q. Okay, small q. Can I give this a small q? No. Then case sensitive. That already told you. Object IDs are purely case sensitive. So now 00 Q, capital Q. Then only we can jump into lead object here. Now, next one. I want to create an order record. Now tell me, do we have any orders tab now over here? Do you have the orders tab on this tab bar here? No. We are having the cases solutions. Generally, if you don't know this object ID, then what needs to be done to create a new order record? Click on plus symbol here. Click on customize my tabs button. Add the orders tab onto this tab bar. Click on save. Click on the orders tab. Create a new record over here. This much of lengthy navigation we have to do. Okay. Now, if you don't know the object ID, suppose if you know the object ID, even though the orders tab is not visible on the tab bar, just you can go to the URL, specify that order object ID 801. When you press enter, directly we can jump into order object here. Now click on new order button, we can create a new order record also. Clear? Now, I want to go to the users. I want to see what users are available. Generally, how can we see the users? Now let me show you. In order to see the users available inside the organization, click on the setup menu, go to the left panel, go to the administrator menu in the left panel here, click on manage users and click on users. Then we can see the user details available inside my Salesforce org. This much of lengthy navigation. Click on setup menu, go to the setup menu options in the left panel, go to the administrator menu, click on manage users and expand it, click on users option. Then only we can see the users available inside your Salesforce org. So this is the lengthy navigation. I don't want to do that much of lengthy navigation. I want some shortcut. For example, right now I'm in leads. From that directly we can go to that URL. We can specify the object ID. What is the object ID for user? 005. Just we can specify 005. Directly we can jump into that user object over here. So these are few shortcuts. The business people are purely depending on the shortcut option. They won't use that mouse pointers in most of the cases. They would like to go with the shortcut options. So by using this object IDs, directly we can jump from one object to another object by placing this object ID inside my URL. Just to go to the URL, specify that object ID and we can jump into your object directly over here. Even though the object may be visible on the tab bar or not, directly we can jump into that here. Clear? Understood the concept now? Custom objects also, everything. This is not only for the standard objects, but the custom object also. If you know the custom object ID, directly we can jump into that. It may be any object also, no problem. Now make a note of this one. First benefit. By using object ID, we can jump from one object to another by placing the object ID inside the URL. Inside the URL. I'm giving the syntax also over here. Inside the URL, you will be having HTTPS. You will be having your domain name .salesforce.com/ you can specify the object ID over here. For example, I'm having this HTTPS domain name dot salesforce.com slash, I'm indicating some 005. It will jump into user object directly. HTTPS domain name dot salesforce.com slash, it is indicating that 500. It will go to the case object directly. HTTPS domain name dot salesforce.com slash 00q. It will jump into lead object directly. Like that, here we can switch from one object to another object directly by placing the object ID inside the URL. So this is the first benefit that we have with this object IDs.
Sir, these object IDs are person to person different IDs will come, sir, or for everyone is here
No, for
same.
everyone same. For
It's a
all the
common.
objects here, for all the objects, for all the users, IDs will be same, no different at all. These
Thank you, sir.
object IDs are common to all the organization. Standard object IDs are common to all the organizations. Custom object IDs are different from organization to organization.
Thank you, sir.
Firoz, one quick question. Other than finding the object IDs in the URL, is there any other way we can navigate to object IDs?
Now, from the Salesforce documentation, we can go to the Salesforce helper documents. From there, we can see these object IDs also.
Okay, thank you.
Done with these points? Next, second one. Second benefit here. Let's see the one more benefit of using this object IDs. By using this object ID, we can recognize the records. Okay, we can recognize the records. Now, object means what? Table, you know. So this is the table here. For example, I'm having my account object here. So this is my account object. So now in my account object, I'm having so many fields are available, so many columns, like as ID column, name column, rating column, phone column, industry, annual revenue, so many columns are available here. This is my account object. So now today I'm creating a record here. Okay, today I'm creating a record here. So for this record, I'm giving the name as some Ram Kumar. This is the name of the customer. Rating value I'm giving as heart. Industry is some banking, and the active status as some yes. Like that, I have entered remaining data also inside this column. Like the similar way, I'm creating so many customer records inside my object. Now tell me, inside my customer object, I'm storing so many customers' data. How to recognize each and every customer record? Now tell me. Based on the name, can I recognize? No. Why? Because with the same name, multiple customers may be available. It will be a confusion again. It will be an ambiguity again in future. We can't decide that here. So for that reason, for every record inside this object, Salesforce will allocate a unique identification number for every record that is called as a record ID. For every record, Salesforce will allocate a unique identification number that is called as record ID. So now, record ID is a 18 characters alphanumerical number. Okay, it's a 18 characters alphanumerical number. So now to each and every record, Salesforce is allocating a unique identification number that is called as a record ID, which is an 18 character number, so which will be purely a case sensitive. It's purely case sensitive. It is having some alphanumerical values will be available. Some uppercase letters are available, lowercase letters are available. We have to enter that same character case. If I'm changing the character case of the record ID, we can't fetch the data. In order to fetch the data, pass that record ID in the exact format over here. Now, in this record ID, there is a format. Salesforce is following a format over here. What is that format? Now, let's see practically here. Now, for example, come to a small scenario. I hope everybody is having your own PAN numbers, income tax numbers here. So now upon generating the PAN number, how many characters will be available in the PAN number? PAN number contains what? How many characters? 10.
10.
Okay, 10 characters. It's a 10 characters alphanumerical number here. It's a 10 characters alphanumerical number here. It's a 10 characters alphanumerical number. In this 10 characters alphanumerical number, there is a format here. There is a format. For example, the PAN number will look like this. PAN number will look like this here. So now in this PAN number format, okay, we have 3 parts are available. So they will be having first 5 will be characters, next 4 will be digits, last one will be character. It's a PAN number format. Everybody's PAN number in India will be in the same format over here. All the people's PAN number will be in the same format. It's a 10 characters alphanumerical number, which contains the first 5 will be the characters, next 4 will be digits, last one will be characters here. Everybody's PAN number will be in same format. Like the similar way, for every identification, Salesforce of the your government of India will be following that same kind of notation. For passport, a different format. From driving license, a different format here. For voter cards, different format will be available here. So that they're following some different okay, formats for each and every identification codes. Now, like the similar way, when coming to the record ID also, it is having 18 characters alphanumerical number. In that 18 characters, we are having 3 parts are available. In the 18 characters alphanumerical number, 3 characters are available, 3 parts are available. Let's see what are those 3 parts. Record ID contains 18 characters here. From these 18 characters, the first 3 characters represents object ID. First 3 characters represents object ID here. Now, the remaining 15 characters will represent the record ID. It represents record ID. Record ID. From these 15 characters, last 3 characters are representing checksum value, or this is also called as transaction code. Checksum or transaction code here. This is a format. Whatever the record ID generated by Salesforce, in each and every record ID will be having these 3 parts. The first 3 will be representing the object ID, and the remaining 15 characters will be representing the actual record ID. From that last record ID, last 3 characters are called as checksum value or transaction code. Okay, now let's see in this case here. Now, for example, come to a small general scenario so that you can understand very easily. For example, I have a 2-wheeler vehicle. Okay, I have a 2-wheeler vehicle. So now my vehicle number is like some TS097788. Now tell me, this vehicle belongs to which state registration now? How do you know Telangana? Yes. TS, starting with the 2 characters over here, we can understand it is related to Telangana state registration. Suppose if it is some MH, then
Maharashtra.
Maharashtra. Now, if I'm indicating as some Delhi, then Delhi.
Delhi.
If I'm having some KM, Karnataka.
Karnataka.
If it is some KL, then
Kerala.
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 That means what? Based on the starting two characters, we can identify. Based on the starting two characters, we can identify to which state this particular vehicle is associated. Like the similar way, just by looking into the record ID itself, based on the starting three characters, we can understand to which object this record is associated. Now, for example, I will place one record ID. Now tell me that record is belongs to which object now here. For example, I will copy the ID of any one of this record here. Now, I will place a record ID. Now tell me this record is belongs to which object now?
User record. User
User. How do you know user? 005.
Since first three characters
005.
represent
Now, first three are from 005. 005 means user object. So this is a user record. For example, this is some 701. Then
campaign object.
campaign. It's a campaign object here. Now, for example, 00T. Task object record.
Opportunity.
For example, 500
Yes.
case record.
Case record.
For example, 006 opportunity record. That's it. That means what? Just by looking into the starting three characters, we can understand to which object this record is associated. We no need to look into the complete record details. Just by looking into the record ID itself, we can understand to which object this record is associated. Okay. Now, when you are able to identify these objects here, if you know the object ID, then only we can recognize this one over here. If you don't know the object IDs, then how do we know? Even though you are looking into the complete record, we can't understand to which object this record is associated. It will be difficult. That's what here, just you can remember the basic object IDs which we are referencing as part of our daily business activities. These are the basic objects which we are using over here. Now, so that here, just you can remember these basic objects. By looking into this record ID itself, we can understand to which object this record is associated. Clear? Now, understood the concept now? Now, let's see. Make a note of this one. Second benefit. By using object ID, we can identify the records inside the object. We can identify the records inside the object. That is, by looking into the record ID, we can identify to which object the record get associated. Now, the record ID contains 18 characters here. First three characters are representing the object ID. Remaining 15 characters are representing the actual record ID. From those remaining 15 characters, last three characters are representing checksum value or transaction code.
Firoj, if you don't mind, can you please scroll up? I'm just going to take a screenshot of first point. Yeah, done. Thanks.
This Saturday we have the session as usual. Okay, please be available. Sunday will be the off. Saturday we have the session as usual at our normal timings. Clear? Now let's see. So now here you can raise the question, sir, whenever I'm creating a record, for every record, Salesforce allocates a unique identification number that is called as record ID, which is an 18 characters alphanumerical number. Then where we can see that record ID? Okay, where we can see? How do we know what is the ID of that record here? Now let me show you first. Let's go to your Salesforce org. Open any of the record. For example, we have created a lead record in the previous session, in yesterday's session here. Just click on this leads tab, open that lead record. This is the Ramesh Kumar lead record we have created in the past. Click on this Ramesh Kumar record now. Now, this is the record. Go to the URL. Okay, go to this URL. Go to this URL. Inside the URL, you will be having this record ID. So this is the URL that we have. Inside this URL, you will be having at the last, you will be having record ID will be available here. So now this is the record ID is available here. Now this record ID is starting with what? 00Q. 00Q means what? What object record it is? Lead object record. So this is a lead record. Now, so now tell me, is it case sensitive or is it in case sensitive here? Case sensitive. Now let's see. Here we are having this last character as NO. Now, so it is having that small o. Now here I'm making it as capital O here. Just I'm removing this small o. I'm giving as capital O here. When you press enter, we can't fetch the data. Data not available. That means what? Whatever the record ID that I have given, it's purely case sensitive. So with this last character capital O, we don't have any record ID. Now I would like to change this value from capital O to small o now. Just press enter. Now we can fetch the data. So this record ID is purely case sensitive. Clear? Now let me give you one more point in this, please. Now tell me, in this record ID, how many characters are available now? How many characters are available here? 15 characters. It is having 15 characters are available here. Now you can raise the question, sir, you said that Salesforce is generating 18 characters ID for your record. Then it is showing only 15. Why? Whatever the remaining 3 characters here. But it is not showing.
There is no transaction happened in that account.
Now, so let me explain that concept here. Now, basically, for every record, Salesforce is allocating a unique identification number, that is record ID with 18 characters for every record. Okay, but inside the URL, it will show the first 15 characters record ID only. Inside the user interface, inside that screen, that means inside this URL, it will show the first 15 characters of your ID. Last 3 characters will not be visible here. Last 3 characters will not be visible. Why? Let me explain. For example, assume that today I did some bank transaction. I have withdrawn some money from my bank account here. Immediately you are getting a SMS alert and email notification to your email ID or not? Yes. Immediately we are getting a message to our mobile number. So now it is indicating, dear customer, your account number ending with some 1234 has been credited or debited with so and so amount. This is the net available balance. We'll be getting that message. Now tell me, in that message, will you be having the complete account number over there? No. What it will display? Last 4 digits will be getting visible. Remaining character digits will not be visible. Why? Security. Because of security. Even though if you're performing any credit card transaction, last 4 digits of your credit card number will be visible inside the transaction or inside the message. The remaining digits will not be visible because of security. because this data is very, very confidential, very, very sensitive. So if anybody knows about your account number, if anybody knows about your credit card details, based on that, they can do some malfunctioning also. They can do some fraudulent transactions also. To avoid this kind of problems, banking systems are not disclosing the complete account number and the complete credit card number to all the people. They're representing the last 4 digits only in the message. Remaining characters, remaining digits will not be visible because of security reasons, so that they can protect the banking data, they can protect their customers' information from the unauthorized people or from the hackers. Now, like the similar way here also in Salesforce, whenever we are going to be creating the record, for every record, Salesforce will allocate a unique identification number that is called as record ID, which is an 18 characters ID. But inside the URL, it will show the first 15 characters ID. Last 3 characters will not be visible because of security reasons. Because of security reasons, last 3 characters will not be visible inside the URL. Now, here you can raise the question. Sir, do we have any chance to see the complete 18 characters ID of the record? Yes, there is a possibility. So by making a query to the database, by looking into the database, we can see the complete 18 characters ID of my record as well. Then, how can we see the complete 18 characters ID? Let me show you here. Basically, this part is related to development concept here, but for your information, let me show you here. For this lead record, this is the ID generated by Salesforce. Let me show you how to fetch complete 18 characters ID of the record. Just you can go to that username, click on the option developer console. Now, your developer console editor will be getting open for you. It's purely browser based. Just you can maximize. In this editor, we are having a tab bar. Okay, tab bar. Now we are having so many tabs are available, like as logs tab, test tab, checkpoints, query editor, progress, problems, view state. So many tabs are available. Now go to the tab called as query editor. Go to the query editor tab. Click on the query editor tab. Here we can able to type that query. Basically, it is part of development concept here. Just for your information, I'm showing this right now. I want to query that lead records data, so that I'm collecting. Select that ID of the lead record, first name of the lead record, last name of the lead record, rating of the lead record, industry, from lead. Lead is an object. That means lead is a table. From this lead table, I'm fetching this data over here. Once you are preparing this query, click on execute button. At the bottom left corner, you will be having that execute button. Click on execute. We can see the lead data. Total 23 lead records are available here. Now we can see all this lead records information over here. Here we are having our lead record is also available. That is Ramesh Kumar. See, this is the Ramesh Kumar record is available here. Now, just we can double click on this ID, copy this ID here. But we can't modify this. This ID will be fixed. Once the record ID has been generated by Salesforce, the same ID will not be repeating by Salesforce in the entire lifetime. For every record, a separate ID will be generated by Salesforce. It's a unique ID generated by Salesforce. Now, copy this record ID here. Now I'm placing this over here. Now tell me how many characters are available now. 18 characters. So for every record, Salesforce is generating 18 characters ID, but inside the URL, it will represent only first 15 characters ID. Last 3 characters will not be visible because of security reasons. Okay, clear? Now, so in this case, both 18 characters and 15 characters ID both are case sensitive. Suppose if you want to fetch the data by using this 18 characters ID, just you can copy this 18 characters ID, place inside the URL. Instead of this 15 characters ID, we can place 18 characters ID, press enter. We can get the data as it is. Now tell me what is the last character of this one? EAD. Now, D is small or capital? Capital. Can you give small? No. If I'm giving like a small here, I'm giving small d. Now, will you able to get the data here? No. Now, here I'm indicating that capital D now. Now I'm able to fetch the data here. That means what? Both 15 characters ID, 18 characters ID, both are case sensitive here. Okay, both are case sensitive. Clear? Now, it's 100% common question in every interview. What is the difference between 15 characters ID and 18 characters ID of the record? Okay, what is the difference between 15 characters and 18 characters ID of the record here? So now whenever we are creating a record, for every record, Salesforce will allocate a 18 characters record ID. But inside the URL, it will show only first 15 characters ID of that record. Inside the URL, the last 3 characters will not visible because of security reasons. Both 15 characters and 18 characters ID both are case sensitive. Okay, both are case sensitive. Next, one more point here. Whenever if you want to access this data, lead data, if you want to fetch this lead record, Ram Kumar record, by using Salesforce applications, then 15 characters ID is sufficient. We don't want complete 18 characters ID. 15 characters ID is sufficient to get that lead data by using Salesforce application. Suppose if you are using the integration by using a third-party system like as Java application, .NET application, SAP application, mainframe application, at that time, if you want to fetch this lead record, compulsorily they have to pass 18 characters ID. During integration, they require mandatorily 18 characters ID. Without this 18 characters ID, they can't do any DML operations inside your Salesforce object records. These are the 2 differences are available here. Okay, clear? Now we have to supply. That means the Salesforce people has to supply the ID to that, okay, the third party system. Then only they can get the data. They can do the operations here. Okay. Understood the concept now?
Firoz, can you explain more on this last 3 characters? Why we need to remember these last 3 only for the integration?
Because integrations in the some third-party systems. Because whenever we are going to be integrating from the third-party system to the Salesforce, then always those applications should be trusted system, trusted applications. To check whether those are third-party systems are trusted applications or not, to track that Salesforce is going to be expecting complete 18 characters ID of the record.
Okay. Okay, whenever we are passing outside of our organization, we need to give that secure ID as well.
Right,
okay.
Right, exactly.
Thank you.
Now, next one. So now let's see one more new feature, the last feature as part of this classic part, applications. So now tell me, what do you mean by an application? What it contains? What did you understood with the word application here? What do you mean by an application now?
Collection of objects and collection of records.
Collection of objects and collection of programs, collection of records, okay?
And also the user interface for all these objects as well as for the records.
Now, right. Now let me explain here. So what exactly an application and then what it contains? What are the various types of applications that we have in Salesforce and how can we check it out? Now let's see. And then how can we create our own custom applications with our own image as a logo and with the Salesforce image as the logo here. Both we'll see practically. Now, so let me explain a small general scenario so that you can understand what exactly an application. Assume that I want to build an insurance application. Okay, I want to build an insurance application. I want to develop an insurance application because we have started an insurance organization. To automate all our insurance business related data, I would like to develop an insurance application. I want to build an insurance application. Now tell me, generally related to the insurance, what kind of data that we can store? Insurance organizations will offer what? Insurance policies. Okay, insurance policies. Every policy will be having some policy details, policy codes, policy terms, conditions also, customers also, premiums also information, claims information also, agents information also, employees information also, branches information also, everything here. Now, related to the insurance business, we are storing so much data here. Like for example, I want to store the branches information. As part of my insurance organization, we have so many branches are available over here. Now to store all the branches information, I want a branch object. I want a branch object. Branch object is used to store all my branches information. We have my insurance organization branches in different locations. In Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, in different locations we have. Each branch will be having a branch code, branch name, and we are having that address. We have a contact number. We have an email ID. We have a branch manager name. Everything is available. To store all the branches information, we require a branch object here. Next, in each and every branch, some people are working. That means some employees are working. All are our organization employees. So to store all those employees' information, we require an employee object. That means table. Because generally data will be storing in the form of tabular formats only here. Because managing the data in the form of tabular structure will be very easy. Now, next. As part of my insurance organization, we are having few marketing people who are keep on promoting the people over here, who are keep on promoting our insurance policies. Those people are called as what? Executives. Now, as part of insurance, those people will be referred as what? As part of this insurance, the people who are promoting the insurance policies, those are called as agents. Insurance agents. Now, agents. To store all the agents information, I would like to have an agent object here. We are having this agent object. We are offering so many insurance policies. It may be life insurance, non-life insurance also. Non-life insurance in the sense like as vehicle insurance, property insurance, home insurance, the mobile insurance, these are comes under non-life. Life insurance in the sense so many here. Okay, now. So now in this case, they're offering that insurance policies. To store each and every policy information, every policy will be having the policy code, policy name, policy term, the minimum age for the person, maximum age for the person here, premium, minimum premium, everything will be having the details here. Now, so now to store all those policies information, I would like to have policy object here. Every policy will be having some terms and conditions. To store all those policies, terms and conditions, I would like to have the terms object. Okay, term object. Now, each and every policy will be taken by some people. That means we people are taking our insurance policies. Those people are called as what? Customers. Now, to store all the customers' information, I would like to have customer object or policy holder object, whatever anything. Now, every customer is paying some premium. It may be quarterly, half-yearly, monthly, yearly also, whatever. Now, to store all those premium details, I would like to have a premium object. Whenever the person has met with some accident, whenever the person got hospitalized, then whatever the expenses that they made, okay, to cure from those accident damages, they are going to raising some claims. To store all those claims, I would like to have that object called as claim object. Claim object. Like that, I would like to have so many other objects also to store my insurance related data. So, in order to store the insurance related data, these kind of tables I want. I want branch table, employee table, agent table, policy table, term table, and the customer table, premium table, claim table, like that here. We have to analyze everything, because when you go to the real-time organizations, in some cases, they will be giving a complete POC to you. Okay, they will be giving some POC. POC like as proof of concept. Okay, proof of concept. That means here they're giving a requirement document to you. That means simply they will indicate to you, I want an application to automate my insurance business. That's it. They won't give any documents. They won't give any details. Then we have to do the R&D. We have to do some research. Generally, insurance in the sense what kind of data they will capture, what kind of objects are required, what kind of modules are required, who are all the people are involving. Everything we have to do some research. Based on that, we have to prepare some documentation for this application. These are the various features are required. These are the tables are required. Everything. Okay, we have to do that. At that time, we have to do the analysis like this. Okay, now. So now here in this case, let's see. So once the tables are ready, how to manage the records inside these tables? By using what? We need to create some branch records also. We need to modify the branch details. We need to remove some branch details. Then how to manage these things? By using what? Once an
By
object
using
is available, how to
tables.
manage the data inside the object?
By using
what?
create new tabs.
For every object, what we have? User interfaces. That will be called as what? Tabs. Tabs. Now, what is the tab name for this branch object now?
Branches.
Branches or branches? Branches. Yeah. So we require the tab, because this tab provides the user interfaces to create some new branch record, to modify existing branch record, to delete some existing branch record, to view all the branches information also. Now, to manage the employee records, we require employees tab. To manage this agent records, we require agents tab. To manage the policies details, we require policies tab. Policies tab. And the terms tab. And the customers tab. And we require premiums tab. And then we require claims tab. Claims tab. These are the various tabs are required over here. So these are the various tabs are required, okay, in order to manage the records over here. Okay? In order to manage the records. So in order to store your insurance related data, we require some table. Once the tables are ready, to manage the records inside the table, we require some user interfaces, because we are the insurance business people. We don't know how to write the code. We don't know Salesforce programming. We don't know how to implement the business logic to insert, to modify, to delete the record. Just we are the insurance people. We know how to run the insurance business, how to sell out the policies, how to generate the revenue. That's it. So to manage this insurance related data, we require so many user interfaces over here. Now, these user interfaces are available in the form of tabs in Salesforce. So the combination of all these tabs is called as an application. The combination of all these tabs is called as an application. Then what do you mean by an application? Application contains a collection of tabs. These tabs provides the various user interfaces. Through these user interfaces, we can manage the data related to my organization, our business, our application also. Okay? Understood the concept here? When coming to that, application is nothing but a collection of tabs which provides the various user interfaces. Through these user interfaces, we can manage your application specific or business specific or organization specific data. In order to store the data, whatever the screens are required to you in the form of tabs, those tabs are called as application. Okay, the combination of all these tabs are called as applications in Salesforce. Clear? Now, let's see. That's what, when you go to these applications here, upon selecting the sales application, it is providing so many tabs to you on the tab bar. By using these tabs, we can manage that lead records also, campaigns also, accounts also, everything. Now, whenever I'm selecting service subject application related tabs are visible to manage the customers, cases, solutions, reports, everything. If I'm selecting marketing application related tabs will be getting visible. That's what here application contains a collection of tabs which provides various user interfaces through which we can manage your application or business or organization specific data here. Okay, clear? Simple concept. If you're unable to explain this whole point here, just you can explain application nothing but a collection of tabs. Simple. Okay. Now, as part of applications, we have two types of applications available in Salesforce. In Salesforce, two types of applications available. First one, standard applications. Second one, custom applications. First one, standard. Second one, custom. Now tell me, what do you mean by standard? What do you mean by custom? Standard is nothing but given by Salesforce. Custom is nothing but created by ourselves. That means as an administrator or as a developer, whatever the application that we have created, those are called as custom applications, right? So we have two types of applications in Salesforce. Standard applications, which has been given by Salesforce by default. Second one, custom application, which has been created by the administrators or developers. Only Salesforce administrators, Salesforce developers will be having the rights to create the custom applications. The business people, employees, customers, partners, end users, they can't develop all these things. Just they can use those applications here. Okay, they can use that applications. Now, like for example, come to a scenario. In ICICI Bank, so many employees are working over there, like as a branch managers also, credit card department people, loans department people, everybody is working. Now tell me, those people are developing the application by their own? No, those people are using that application features to grant some loans to the people, to apply some credit cards, to manage the customers' transactions. Who is developing that application features? Developers. Developers are administrators are building that application for that bank employees. Bank employees, customers in the sense we are the people. We are using that bank application to do some transactions over here. Partner people are also using that bank applications over there. Okay, now, so in this case, only the developer and the administrator will be having the rights to develop your custom applications. Now, so now in this case, what are the standard applications given by Salesforce? Can you give me some standard application names, whatever we have in Salesforce? Sales application, service application, marketing, content, charter, communities, sales console, service console. Like that, we are having so many applications are available in Salesforce, which has been given by Salesforce by default. Now, in this case, what are the standard applications given by Salesforce? In those applications, we are having few ready-made features, right? Yes. Can we customize those features according to my requirement? Like, I want some more additional features in the sales application. Can we add? Like, let me explain. For example, today, I'm creating a new lead record. I'm giving this lead record name as some Santosh, last name some Kumar. Company I'm indicating as some IBM. I'm giving his phone number as some value. I'm giving the email ID as some Santosh@some gmail.com. I have entered some data. When I click on this save button, I want to create a new lead record inside my lead object here. Whatever the email ID we have entered, to this email ID, I want to send one email notification to the lead person. Because to indicate that, okay, dear lead person, thanks for showing your interest in our product or services. One of our salesperson will contact you shortly. I want to send one email notification. I want to send one SMS notification to his mobile number. Now, can we do this one? No. This feature is not available in Salesforce ready-madely. I want to send that as part of my business. I want to send some email notification, SMS notification. What can I do? Can we customize? Yes. What are the standard applications given by Salesforce? Standard application features can be customizable. We can customize. We can enhance the facility also. We can add some more additional enhancements. We can add some new features also as part of the applications. But we can't remove these applications from the organization. What are the standard applications given by Salesforce? These can be customizable, but these are not removable. We can't remove the application from the organization. These applications are fixed applications. If you want, we can use this application. If you don't want, leave this application, no problem. But we can't remove these standard applications from the organization. Okay, standard applications are fixed applications given by Salesforce. Next, second one, custom applications. Custom applications in the sense which are creating by administrators or developers. So the Salesforce developers or Salesforce administrators can create their own custom applications, which are called as custom applications in our Salesforce organization. Now, once a custom application has been created with some features, in future, can we add some more additional enhancements? Yes, these can be customizable. Suppose if I'm not using this application anywhere inside my business, okay, I am not using this application anywhere in my business. Can we remove this custom application from the organization? Yes, because custom applications are building by whom? We are the people. We are the developers. We are the owner of the application. As a owner, you will be having the full rights on that. We can use the application. We can customize the application. If the application is no longer needed for you, delete that application from the organization also. That facility is available here. That means what? Standard applications can be customizable but not removable. Custom applications can be customizable and removable also, both. Okay? Clear? Understood the concept now? Now. So now in this case here, how many custom applications that we can create in our organization? As part of Salesforce, Salesforce has given some limitations. Depends upon the edition, Salesforce has given some limitations. Those limitations are called as governor limits. Those are called as governor limits. Those are called as governor limits. Okay, governor limits. So Salesforce has introduced some limitations also. Why? Because one single server is utilizing by 8,000 customers. That means 8,000 organizations. If one customer is keep on making the server busy, then server will be processing only that customer's request. Whatever the remaining customers request, those will be in the waiting state. So because of that, other customers will be getting affected. Their business will be getting impacted. So that here, upon accessing the features, Salesforce introduced some limitations for organization wides. Those are called as governor limits. As part of this edition, if it is a free developer edition, how many custom applications that we can create? I already told you during the time. In free developer edition, we can create maximum of 10 custom applications. Okay, in free developer edition, we can create maximum of 10 custom applications, not more than that. If it is unlimited edition, then
Unlimited applications.
how many?
Unlimited.
Unlimited edition.
Unlimited application.
No. Unlimited number of custom
2,000
applications.
customer. Yeah, 2,000.
Okay. Unlimited custom applications that we can create. There's no limitations at all. As part of applications, we can create unlimited number of custom applications in unlimited edition. That's what I told you. Unlimited edition provides unlimited CRM support and the power from Salesforce, where we can do unlimited customizations. We can build unlimited custom applications also over there. Okay, these are the limitations that we have. Understood the concept now? Next, now make a note of this one here. Application. Application contains a set of tabs which provides a group of user interfaces which can be used to manage the application or business or organization specific data. Application contains a set of tabs which provides a group of user interfaces which provides the group of user interfaces which can be used to manage the application or business or organization specific data. Salesforce provides two types of applications. Salesforce provides two types of applications. First one, standard applications. Inside this, these are the ready-made applications provided by Salesforce by default as part of Salesforce CRM. These are the ready-made applications provided by Salesforce by default as part of Salesforce CRM. For example, sales, service, marketing, content, charter, communities, etc. Standard applications can be customizable based on the need, but we can't remove the standard applications from the organization. But we can't remove the standard applications from the org. Second one, custom applications. The Salesforce administrator or developer can create the custom applications based on business requirement. Can create the custom applications based on business requirement. For example, banking, finance, insurance, e-commerce, healthcare, etc. Now, custom applications can be customizable and removable from the organization. If they're no longer needed, if they're no longer needed, if they're no longer needed. Done up to this part?
Firoz, if you don't mind, please scroll up a little.
Yes, Firoz, you are.
Done up to standard applications?
Yes.
Gone the limits. In free developer edition, we can create maximum of 10 custom applications. In unlimited edition of Salesforce, we can create unlimited custom applications. No limitations available here.
Done, sir.
Done with these points now?
Yes, sir, done.
So then how can we see these applications available inside my Salesforce org? What applications are available inside my Salesforce org and how to create our own custom applications? Okay, we'll see in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll see the practical concept of creating our own custom applications. There I will show you two scenarios. How to create my own custom application with my own image as a logo. In the second scenario, I will show you how to create a custom application with a Salesforce image as a logo here. Okay, both the scenarios we'll see. After completion of this applications topic, we'll move forward to lighting experience. Whatever the features till now we have done in this classic, same features I will show you in lightning experience how to do that here. Okay, because there we are having completely different navigation. Navigation is completely different. So that before going to the lightning experience, till this particular part, whatever the features that I have explained till now, complete that. Okay, complete practice on this part. Okay, please do the practice on this one. It's not theoretical topic here, purely practical concepts. Okay, that too I'm giving complete navigations to you. You have the notes, you are having this complete navigation. Do the practice. Just you can spend 1 hour of time, do the practice on this. Okay, even though if you're not having the system in your mobile also, you can do the practice here. Okay,
WhatsApp group today you will.
so complete this one here by tomorrow. So now and then tomorrow we'll see some more functionalities.
Sure,
Thank
Firoz.
you.
Thank you so much.